We'd also like to remind everyone that during halftime we'll recognize the rest of the Western Youth Ball athletes along with senior band members. So stick around for that.
Taking pictures, you know.
Yep. Take it easy and get over it. Yeah. I'm not working. Either eating or taking a nap, probably.
When do you guys want to run?
Yeah, like 6:50.
I will have a break in the pregame. He's down there. That would help me a lot if he's talking. And I'll be listening. What do I count out about 52?
Good luck to Coach Laura Bragg and the volleyball team as they host the IHSAA sectional next week. The athletic department will purchase a ticket for any high school student that plans to attend our volleyball team's matches in the sectional. Just check in at the ticket booth and sign in for free entry for the evening match next Saturday. We'd also like to wish good luck to Coach Lively and the girls and boys cross country teams as they compete in sectionals at Noblesville tomorrow. We'd also like to wish good luck to our varsity cheerleaders as they head to Hamilton Southeastern on Sunday to compete in the Royal Nation Cheer Invitational. We'd also like to wish good luck to the JV football team as they travel to Danville tomorrow morning. Once again, just a reminder that at halftime of tonight's game, we will recognize seniors for all fall sports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Western Boone High School, home of the Western Boone Stars, for some Friday Night Lights action. It is 52 degrees outside right now and cloudy and windy. Fall time is upon us, and it is prime football weather tonight for what will be an exciting game between the 6-1 Western Boone Stars and the 3-4 Danville Warriors. Welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Riley Woodall. Right next to me is my partner in crime, Blake Marth. Blake, it's been a minute since we've called a game together. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Riley?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Good to hear. I'm really excited for what is shaping up to be another great game in store for us tonight. We'll get right into it. Both of these teams dominate in the run game, but they can also have lethal attacks through the air when they need to. What are the defenses on both sides of the ball needing to do to limit scoring tonight?
Well, you mentioned it, Riley. Both these teams really run heavy here in this season. A lot of rushing yards by both teams. And in order for the defenses to be able to get stops, they got to stop that running game early on. Because when the running game gets going for these teams, it just will not stop. We've seen it a lot for Western Boone in these broadcasts, especially with Trevor Weekly, just being able to mow guys down. And the defenses just struggle at times to even try and pull him down with 4 or 5 guys on him. And there's so many great players on both these teams able to move the ball at will. But these defenses, if they want to set a tone, they got to get some stops early in order to win this crucial Sagamore Conference matchup.
One of the biggest storylines heading into this game is the quarterback position for Danville. Sophomore Connor Soper taking over after Trey Thompson left the team. We'll get more on that later in the evening. Soper struggled to find a rhythm in his first start against Southmont, but the Mounties won that game over Danville, obviously 28-14, first time since 2015. Since then, he's calmed down a little bit and had a great showing versus Frankfort. What are you looking for out of him tonight for Danville to get this win on the road against a tough Western Boone defense?
Well, you mentioned it, Soper coming in for the last couple of games here after Thompson left the team. And, he's been playing decently well considering that he spent most of the year on the bench. Played well last week against Frankfort and managed to bounce back the team. And now they're coming into this game looking to bring Western Boone down a peg. They've been on a 3-game winning streak, but Danville has sort of owned Western Boone in these recent matchups here. And in order for Danville to continue that streak, they're going to need Soper to play mostly mistake-free football. But obviously a young guy can make some mistakes, but we'll see how he does tonight. Going to be interesting to see the quarterback dynamic.
You bringing out the game series actually perfectly transitions into my next point here. If we look at the series between these two teams the last 10 years, Western Boone leads the series 6-4. Webo won the first 4 to start this 10-year slate. Danville has had their number the past 2 years. What does Webo have to do to get back on top on the winning track in this rivalry tonight?
Well, like I mentioned, they got to get that running game going with Trevor Weekly, Ryan Taylor, Rowan Durbin, the quarterback. All these guys have got to get the running game going. Rowan Durbin's got to be accurate with these passes. And also, of course, the very strong defense for Western Boone, who just stopped Southmont last week. Absolutely just brought them down a peg. They had done really well all year, and Western Boone managed to stop them. So they're going to need everything clicking tonight in order to get this win over Danville. But if Danville wants to get the win over Western Boone, they're going to need everything going their way too. 2 really good teams and a really intriguing matchup here.
You mentioned it. We've talked about it before. Southmont beat Danville, and then last week Western Boone beat Southmont. But Soper is getting used to the system. Blake, what can fans on both sides expect tonight?
Well, he's a younger guy, so you could expect maybe some mistakes here and there, but definitely would be definitely wouldn't be a surprise to see him a little more comfortable in the system now that he's gotten some experience. Frankfurt last week, that was a really good game for him. Had good stats in that game and managed to get the team back on track and looking to keep that momentum going here. But Soper, still one of those younger guys, a sophomore, and Western Boone's defense definitely going to try and take advantage of that, get pressure on him early and see what he does. Try and make him pass. That's an important part. They want to make him have to pass the ball some, considering how well Danville runs the ball. So really just fascinating to see the youngest, one of the younger quarterbacks in the Sagamore Conference versus Rowan Durbin, who's been excellent this year. So many touchdowns and really interesting QB battle going on.
The Danville captains awaiting as the Western Boone Stars rally up to take the field. Rushing out to midfield with the band line in tow. Blake, I asked you this last time in our call, Western Boone versus Western a couple weeks ago. Tonight, Do you see it being a defensive chess match or an offensive shootout between these two teams?
Well, if I had to guess, Western Boone has been so excellent on offense that if this game ends up being a very, very close one, I could expect a lot of points put up on offense here. I believe Western Boone, the lowest amount of points they put up this year is 34, and that was in their loss to Tri-West. And they've just been clicking left and right here on offense. Really very few mistakes made, especially Rowan Durbin, the quarterback. He's only thrown 2 picks throughout these games. He's had over 20 touchdowns on the ground and in the air. And this Western Boone team just cannot stop putting up points. When I called the game last week with my brother Colin, that there was 1 field goal, and we were shocked that they had to settle for a field goal. So that's just how good that Western Boone offense is. But both these teams have good offenses, and I expect a lot of points to be put up in this game.
Going to be a very interesting and fun game to watch. The captains will meet for the coin toss. We'll step aside momentarily before opening kickoff here on WBTV Sports.
St. Adrian Meats and Sausage, located on the square in downtown Lebanon, offers locally raised and handcrafted proteins. Experts in livestock production and nutrition, their core value is that quality protein begins with exceptional nutrition. From birth to butcher, they know exactly what is in their products and how the animals are raised. Support your Boone County butchers and buy local. St. Adrian is open Fridays from noon until 6 and Saturdays from 10 to 4.
The podcast is brought to you in part by Collins Equipment. Located in Thorntown, Collins Equipment specializes in high-quality used tractors, trucks, and equipment. You can reach Chris Collins at 317-347-0074 or at collinseq@yahoo.com. You can visit their website at collinseq.com as well. Contact Collins Equipment today.
If your car's not running like it should, make sure you bring it to Beasley Automotive, located at 321 South Front Street in Thorntown. Locally owned by Weibo grad Brayton Beasley, that's Beasley Automotive and Performance Repair.
Thanks to JL Hardwood and Flooring Restorations for making this broadcast possible. Our friends at JL Hardwood and Flooring Restorations do custom inlays, refinishing, laminate, and vinyl plank flooring. Give Jesse and Kristen a call at 765-894-5978 or check them out on Facebook. That's JL Hardwood and Rest.
We welcome you back to Western Boone High School. Moments away from opening kickoff. Josiah Smith getting ready to send it deep to the Warriors. The Warriors won the toss and elected to receive the ball to start the first half. Danville will get the ball to start the second half. And here we go. Ball's going to be bounced up. Mishandled there by Weiss, but he'll let it bounce behind him for the touchback. And the Danville offense will take over at the 20.
You see there, Josiah Smith, he's able to send these kicks really, really far down the field. And I talked to him. We're going to get the halftime show later on. I talked to him a little bit, and he mentioned how he's still wanting to get better with these touchbacks. And I was just thinking to myself, you hit them all the time, man. I think it's all right. But, you know, he's a really good kicker, and this whole team really relies on him.
First down and 10 at the 20. And the first penalty of the game comes on the first snap. Will be a false start called on the Warriors. We'll back him up 5. Not the most ideal start here on the road, Blake, for the Warriors.
Yeah, definitely not. We see this a lot in these games here. We see a lot of these false starts and offside penalties that hurt the teams early, but just a small mistake to start off here for Danville.
First and 15. Trades over. 2 receivers out. First handoff goes to Sharp, who has stood up after a gain of about 2 or 3. We talked about the run games of both of these teams. Blake, Darren Sharp coming into tonight on the season, 124 carries, 850 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Last week, 7 carries for 144 yards, including that 47-yard touchdown run. And especially with the young QB that we talked about it in Soper, you kind of need to rely on the run game a little bit just to get your QB comfortable here on the road.
Yeah, certainly. Sharp has done a great job carrying the load early in this season.
Weiss trades over to the right. 2 receivers on the Danville sideline. Soper back to pass. Fires outside. It's complete for a gain of about 5 or 6. That was number 4 on the catch for the Warriors. That's Jace Scrafton, his first catch of the night.
Yeah, a little surprised here to see Soper here firing the ball early on, but shows some confidence from the coaches that he's getting better at firing the ball. That was a nice pass there. Only picks up a few, though, makes it a 3rd and 7 here, and Western Boone has an opportunity to get an early stop, but Danville wanting to convert.
Had 16 receptions this season for 249 yards and 2 touchdowns coming into tonight. Bunch formation to the wide side of the field. Soper under center. Back to pass. Fires out. Incomplete. Intended for Trevor Stutz. Fired a little high. And the Danville Warriors go 3 and out, and we'll punt it away.
Yeah, right there. Just a little bit too far by Soper, trying to get Stutz. He actually had some space had he caught the ball. I'm not sure if he would have picked up the first down. There were a lot of stars there in the way, but the Warriors having to punt this thing early, that really sets the tone a little bit here, but still plenty of game time left, and Western Boone receives the ball for the first time today.
And the Swiss Army knife, sort of speak, man for the Warriors. Weiss punts it away for the first punt of the night. It's a very short punt, touched by the Western Boone Stars, and it's picked up by the Warriors. And that's a scoop and score touchdown pending a different ruling. Number 12, Caden Collins picked it up on the special teams return. It looked like it touched one of the Western Boone Stars players. And they will, it looks like, call it a touchdown off the scoop and score from Caden Collins.
Here, give it a moment, because this could be different for high school worlds. I have not seen this season, but I believe if it is touched and then recovered by the other team, I believe that would just be, we got the highlight here.
Highlight brought to you by Loose Seat and Insurance. I couldn't quite tell. It really looked like, I don't know exactly what the ruling is here, but it definitely did look like it touched one of the Western Boone Stars.
So I believe that if it is muffed and then recovered by the other team in other levels, it is normally just recovered at the spot. But I believe in this case, they are going to give Danville the touchdown here. So that right there,
wow.
all that I said about the tone setter for Western Boone, take that back. Danville now has their own tone setter, and they take the lead early here. Or maybe not. Who knows? A little confusing here.
The refs are discussing right now, trying to figure out the ruling.
Folks, we're just as confused as
you
are.
The ball might be down at the 50. It might be Danville ball. It might be a touchdown. It might be Western Boone football.
We'll see what the ruling here is. Okay, so yes, that is what I figured. So it did. There is another foul, a personal foul against Danville on the play as well. But I believe I was correct on that, because Western Boone did touch the ball, but the rule is you cannot advance the ball if you recover the muffed punt. So Danville is going to have the ball, it looks like, but they're going to be not
backed
getting
up 15 on the personal foul.
Yeah, they're not going to get the touchdown there, and they also get backed up 15. Still, though, a good play by the Warriors to pick the ball up and get it back. And a mistake there by Western Boone, obviously not as bad as it originally appeared, but early tone setter here. Some mistakes made early, but still a lot of time to pick up in this game.
A very solid 3-and-out start for the defense of Western Boone. Now the Stars back on the field. And very costly turnover on special teams.
Yeah, and that's a little surprising, too, because this Western Boone special teams unit has been excellent all year. We've seen them make a lot of really great plays, and an early mistake there, but, stuff like that always happens in football. So still plenty of time to make up for it, and still very early in the game. But Danville looking to use this and capitalize on it.
Very heavy set formation coming out, 1st and 10 at the 35. Weiss goes in motion to the left. The handoff goes to Sharp, who's going to push forward for a gain of 7. Bring up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, nice run there by Sharp, being able to find a lane. It definitely looked like Danville was running the ball, and they got their guys up front making lanes for Sharp. A nice job there on that run to pick up a good amount of yards, make it a second and manageable for Danville rather.
Already 2 rushes for Sharp on the night. See if they go back to the well here on 2nd down and short. Soper under center. They do give it back to Sharp, who will stutter step forward close to 1st down yardage. Looked like there were a couple stars in the backfield, had the chance to get him for a loss or a no gainer. Sharp able to make the most out of it, bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, another really nice run there by Sharp. Only picking up a few yards, but those few yards are huge for the offense. We see that on Western Boone all the time. Trying to just pick up a few yards at a time, make these later downs easier to manage, not wanting to pick it all up at once. And Danville coming up with the same strategy early, but a 3rd and short right here.
3rd down and 1 or maybe inches. Soper fumbles the snap but gets it off to Sharp, who will have enough for 1st down yardage, gain of 3 or 4 on the play. Cannon Bruins in on the tackle.
Yeah, really nice play there. Soper dropping the snap but not panicking and being able to pick it right back up and hand it off to Sharp, and that's going to get them a big 1st down here. The running game and the offense beginning to click a little bit for Danville. Western Boone's defense looking to pick it up here, but plenty of time, and Danville has his 1st down and a little bit more momentum.
Another heavy run formation for the Warriors at the 49-yard line. Hand off to Sharp, who pushes forward, and he's got a solid gain, dragging a host of Western Boone Stars defenders with him. Solid gain of 13 yards, and it moves the chains.
Really nice run there by Sharp once again, being able to find the lane and pick up a lot of yards. And even when he has a bunch of stars on him, he was still able to carry them. A really nice job there by Darren Sharp, and gets the 1st down into Western Boone territory. Something that the Stars have not seen a lot of is offensive firepower against them, and they're seeing it early in this game.
I wonder what his squat max is.
Good question.
Comes back to the weight room, man, being able to keep chugging your legs. Wiest goes in motion short side, hand off Sharp left side. Brought down after a gain of about 6 or 7 on the play.
Yeah, you saw there the Stars trying to take the ball out. Zane Sturgis was the guy I saw who was trying to punch that ball out. Couldn't quite get it out, and a really nice job there by Sharp, just being able to hold onto the ball and keep his feet with all those guys around him. Looked like he had about 6 or 7 stars draped over him, and he's done a really nice job of keeping his calm and being able to keep on moving early on in this game.
Warriors have only had 2 passing attempts so far in their 2 drives. See if they go back to the well here again and give it to Sharp. Strong side to the left. They do hand it off to him, right side. Who's still pushing forward. He's going to be close, but I think he will be just a yard short. 3rd and 1 coming up for Danville.
Once again, Sharp there. The Western Boone front being able to bring him down short of the 1st down, but Sharp just being able to pull the guys along. Sometimes it's not a lack of effort by the defense. Sometimes it's just that determination by the offensive player, and Sharp has shown it early in this game. Pardon my pun, but he's been sharp so far in this game.
I love it. 3rd and 1. Heavy set formation. Wiest in motion.
Talking to the line.
Go in motion to the other side. Handoff goes to Sharp, and he's got enough for the 1st down. We talk about Sharp's really emergence on this team as a senior. 5'11", 200-pound senior has been solid for them on the offensive side of the ball. But he goes both ways, Blake. Plays middle linebacker on the defensive side of the ball. He's already got an interception on the season. In his career, 2 interceptions. Been a little quiet last week with 3 tackles. But I guess when you're running the ball on offense and trying to make tackles to their running back, the other team's running back on defense kind of gets a little bit tough sometimes.
Yes, certainly, you'd expect.
Goes in motion, hands off to Sharp. Bit of a smaller gain this time, 2 or 3 on the play.
Yeah, the Danville offensive line so far has done a pretty good job at opening up these small openings for Sharp. And that's really what he's best at so far, has been picking up these small chunks, and the offensive line's doing their part to get him the ball. So nice job by them. The offensive line, very, very important in this run game here. They don't always get the love that they deserve on both of these teams.
Bunch formation to the Danville sideline. Soper in the gun. Another handoff to Sharp. Not much doing that time. Sharp's, I believe, shortest gain of the night. Gain of 1 on the play. And the Warriors will face a 3rd and 5 or 6.
Yeah, and that's a really big play there by Western Boone's defensive front, being able to read it out immediately. They knew that Sharp was getting the ball there. They just had to make sure that they actually got to him. And they did a really nice job at being able to all come together and take him down. And setting up this 3rd and longer. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see if Soper gets a pass here or if they just keep it on the ground. Really fascinating call.
True base formation for the Warriors. 3rd and 6. Soper back to pass. Flag on the play. It is knocked away and incomplete. Called on the field, but flags flew in immediately as the ball was snapped.
Yeah, interesting to see what they're going to call right here.
Is a false start call on the Warriors.
So that might have actually helped them right there, because I believe that means Danville will get.
We'll back them up 5 and bring up 3rd and 10, I believe. Legal formation call. Yep, still brings up. So the Warriors still have a 3rd down. It's 3rd and long now. So very rare situation where the penalty might actually help you if they're able to pick up this first down, Blake.
Yeah, Western Boone able to deflect that pass by Soper immediately. But Danville getting a little bit of a save there to get a replay of the down, but it is still a very difficult situation. 3rd and 11. Let's see how the sophomore Soper handles it.
Grafton and Wiest to the right. Stutes to the left. Sharp. Soper back to pass. Fires downfield looking for Wiest. No signal yet. Touchdown Danville. Wow.
That was a really, really nice looking play there. Soper just loading up and bombing it to the end zone, and a really accurate pass there. I didn't quite catch who had caught it. A little bit of a confusion there.
With a little bit of a scrum at the end, yeah. But nonetheless, going back to his favorite target, B.J. Wiest, who coming into tonight, 26 receptions, 414 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Been very, very effective and deadly on the outside for the Warriors. Extra point is booted through by Caleb Harvey, and the Warriors take the lead 7-0 with 4:33 left to go in the first quarter. Check out this replay by Loose Seed and Insurance. Blake, just a nice lob pass from Soper.
Yeah, really, really nice pass there by Soper. And Wiest able to haul it in a great pass and an even better catch right there with Western Boone guys around him, able to just haul it in and hold on to the ball. A really nice play there on a 3rd and long situation. We saw that penalty actually help Danville there, and obviously it nets them a touchdown. So they're weird to say this, but they're glad they got an illegal motion penalty there on that drive. And going up 7-0, a huge statement early on against this Western Boone defense, which has been so stout this year, to be able to get the touchdown.
And you can't forget how that second drive was set up for the Warriors. Western Boone defense coming out very solid, forcing Danville to punt on a 3-and-out, and a bobble on the special teams play grants Danville another chance, and this time punch it in and draw first blood for the first score of the game.
Yeah, and that's a big play right there. Western Boone's offense getting out here much later than we all expected, but they have an opportunity to respond. We've seen it this year. We saw it against in a game I called with Colin against Tri-West, where they struggled early, but they managed to respond and make that a very close game.
First Warriors kickoff. Taylor and Bales await Harvey's kick. Short kick fielded by Bales at the 25. He's got some room. Burst of speed past the 50 to the 40. Wow. All the way to the 37-yard line. And great field position to start the Western Boone offense, Blake.
Really, really nice run there by Bales. We've seen him make these explosive plays. Here's the replay here. He's going to get the ball, and he's just going to find the lane. A lot of really great blocks by Western Boone there. And then right here, just spinning around and staying on his feet. That is just all effort by Ethan Bales. And like you said, they get excellent field position, and this Western Boone offense already smiling, but they still have to do the work themselves and try and punch this thing into the end zone.
Base formation for the Stars. Taylor goes in motion to the right. They pitch it to him. Wide side, cutting outside, trying to make a little bit of yardage forward. Pushed out of bounds by number 23 for the Warriors. That is Andrew Smith. Gain of about 1 or 2 on the play.
Definitely give Danville credit there, being able to cover it up. A play that we've seen Taylor get a lot of the yards on plays like that. We've seen a lot of guys in the Western Boone offense do that, but they managed to read it out pretty well early on. A second and I believe 10 here, and that'll make it more difficult for Western Boone. Interesting to see what they do on this down.
Called no gain on the play. Bales in motion to the wide side. Handoff to Weekly. The first handoff to Weekly goes forward for a gain of 8.
Look at Trevor Weekly go. We see this every single game. He just manages to exploit these holes by the offensive line, and he is off to the races a lot of the time. And we saw it right there, that burst of speed by Trevor Weekly there to pick up those yards. Still a 3rd and 3, but that's why they rely on him so much, because he's so good at being able to pick up these chunk yards.
He's gotten 143 carries this year, 927 yards so far on the season. And the Stars get the Danville offense to jump.
Yeah, nice job there. We've seen Rowan Durbin be able to do that a lot. He's really good at kind of calling these audibles, these fake outs, and get the defense to jump off sides, and that's been something he's been excellent at, just picking up a few extra yards. These smaller mistakes, and especially on a 3rd and short like that, being able to pick up a first down is absolutely huge for Western Boone.
Weekly in his career rushing yards, 1,795. Very impressive numbers. Looking to break the 2,000 mark this year would be incredible for himself. He's pushing forward there for another gain of about 2.
Yeah, he's already got a lot of yards. First off, he's eyeing 1,000. He's coming very, very close here. And if he could get, like you said, to that around 2,000 mark, even something around 1,700 or so, that would be absolutely astonishing to see. And he's just been so incredible for this team, being able to get these gains here in these games. And he's just been the workhorse for this Webo offense, making it a 2nd and 8 here.
Bales trades over to the left. Durbin from the gun. It's a straight keeper. Bounces it out to the left and lowers his shoulder. Going to be close to the first down mark. Looks like just 3rd and 1. Nice little design run from the Stars.
Yeah, and we see that a lot as well. Rowan Durbin is willing to keep the ball and keep it for these quarterback draws. And he's been really, really good at it. You know, he's very quick and throws the defense off a little bit, especially when he does it early on in the game when they're expecting a handoff to one of the running backs, see the quarterback go, throws off a defense, and a nice job there to pick up a good amount of yards.
Already has 338 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns this season. Another handoff goes to Weekly, who's still pushing forward. First down and more right on the 10-yard line, and the Stars knocking on the door.
Yeah, you see here, really nice job by Weekly just being able to push forward. Another one of these plays that we need a replay to see it, because he's just been so unbelievable, and being able to twist around and pick up these few extra yards. Even though it's only a few yards, it's just so unbelievable that he's able to make all these plays and set up a 1st and 10 from about the 10 for Western Boone.
Evan Trent checks into the game for Taylor. He goes in motion to the left. Durbin will keep it himself, needing a little bit of block from Trent. Still moving, but nice pursuit there from the Warriors. B.J. Wiest in on the tackle.
Yeah, nice coverage there by Danville, being able to sniff out the play. Kind of tricked me a little bit, seeing Durbin keep it there, but Danville was not fooled, and that's why I'm not a player on the field, because these fakes sometimes even get me, and I a lot of the time am able to read them, but that was a good one. But Danville able to sniff it out and only limit Durbin to a couple, make it a 2nd and long on 2nd and goal.
And this is what the Danville defense needs to do. Handoff goes to Weekly left side, who gets very, very close. Looks like it can be brought down at the 3. 3rd and goal for the Stars.
Another tough run there. And Western Boone, we'll see how they handle this 3rd and goal here. I would expect, we've seen Coach Pelly not be afraid to go for it on 4th if it comes to that. I'm not going to speculate on what he'll do, but I wouldn't be shocked if they don't end up converting here on 3rd and goal if they keep the offense out on the field. They've been really good at punching it in even on 4th down. And as the clock begins to tick towards the end of this first quarter here, we'll see if they can punch it in on 3rd down and make that 4th down not even necessary.
40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Weekly, pushes forward, touchdown, Western Boone.
He's got another one right there, Trevor Weekly. He's just been so good at being able to punch in the ball here from a couple yards out. And what the Western Boone crowd here has got something to celebrate right there because Trevor Weekly gets yet another touchdown, and the Stars offense right back where they left off last week against that was against Southmont. My mind blanked there for a second.
Got 27 carries last week, the extra point up and through. Josiah Smith 19 for 19 now on the season, but 27 carries last week, Blake, 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. Weekly's number has been called upon a lot lately. Heading into last year as well as this year, his senior year, been very, very impressive to watch and been very solid for this Western Boone offense.
Yeah, Trevor Weekly has just been so incredible at being able to just carry guys with him, really. It's just he gets guys on him, and he just will not stop. We saw it when you and I called the Western game when he just broke through tackles. He looked almost superhuman at times. It was just unbelievable what he can do. And give huge credit to the Western Boone offensive line for getting those blocks, being able to find those openings for Trevor Weekly to do his work, and also credit to this whole Western Boone offense who's got this rushing game has been going very well all year long. And they tied this game back up here in a very early on but exciting matchup so far between Western Boone and Danville.
7-7 on the scoreboard, 37 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And Josiah Smith will step up for kickoff number 2 on the night. See if Wiest is able to handle it this time. First time around, thought about it, decided to let it go back into the end zone for a touchback. We've mentioned it, Blake. Smith has an absolute cannon of a leg.
Yeah, absolutely huge leg for Josiah Smith. Let's see what he does here.
Smith kicks it off. Wiest will let it go into the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Danville offense takes back over at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and Josiah Smith has made these kick return options for these other teams basically non-existent, just being able to pin them at the 20-yard line every time. It's a unique skill for a high school kicker. You see a lot of great high school kickers, but he seems to be on a whole nother level, able to put the ball basically wherever he wants on the field and really limit that as special teams unit for the other teams. Great job by him in all these games.
Had a clutch game-winning kick in the state championship a couple of years ago to grant Western Boone ring number 3, I believe, 2 or 3. Somewhere around there.
Third in a row. Fourth overall, 3rd in a row for Western Boone. And it kind of goes in his family. He's the son of Hunter the punter, so, kind of goes in the family lineage, I guess. Being able to make clutch kicks, whether it be punting or, in his case, a little bit of everything. Punting, place kicking, everything.
Danville Warriors content to let the clock run down. First quarter comes to an end. 7-7 your score. Western Boone and Danville knotted up as we head into quarter number 2. We'll be back here on WBTV Sports.
This portion of the game is being brought to you by Wine Coop Accounting Services. Give them a call at 317-441-8135 and let them take the stress out of your taxes.
Wycoop Accounting Services has over 30 years tax experience and specializes in small business accounting financial reports. That number again is 317-441-8135.
Hi, I'm defensive lineman Zane Sturgis, and I'd like to thank Jay's Repair Service for sponsoring WTV Sports. For all your automotive needs, contact Jason Latham at Jay's Repair Service at 765-336-9266 or stop by 213 Church Street in Thorntown.
Hello, I'm junior linebacker Kanan Bruins. I want to thank Western Boone Youth Football for sponsoring WBTV Sports. Western Boone Youth Football building tomorrow's state champion.
Danville Warriors and the Western Boone Stars. A pitch goes out left to Wiest, who will not go anywhere, and met by a host of Stars headed by number 15. That is Jake Johnson, who's recently emerged as one of the key players on a very quick and explosive Stars defense, Blake.
Yeah, Western Boone able to read these runs so well in a lot of these games. They struggled on that drive, on that first, I guess second drive technically for Danville after the muffed punt by Western Boone, but able to read it out perfectly there and make it a 3rd and long, another difficult situation for Danville, but they converted earlier, so we'll see.
Another 3rd and long situation for Danville. The first time ended up being a long touchdown pass to Wiest. See what they draw up here. Stutz goes in motion. Soper back to pass, in trouble, avoids Bruins, but is sacked by number 31 for the Stars, Philip Talbot. The kicker / defensive end comes up big, and the Warriors will punt it away.
Yeah, Philip Talbot, the junior, he's made so many huge plays on the defensive side. We saw before Josiah Smith started his season, he was kicking well, and you see here, great job at first by Soper to avoid Bruins, but then couldn't get away from Philip Talbot on the edge, and able to make a huge tackle there and bring it to a 4th and long for Danville, and they're going to have to punt this thing away yet again.
Yeah, almost exactly perfect like Josiah Smith, 16 for 17 on PATs. And that ball will roll out of bounds at the 42-yard line, I believe. Look like where they're going to call it. Mark at the 44. Yeah, as the Western Boone offense trots back onto the field.
Yeah, so
there was a flag on the play for running into the kicker, but I don't think that does much necessarily on the special team side of things. Just backs the Stars up 5.
Yeah, that will cost the Stars 5 yards, but Danville content with that punt there. It was a very nice punt from the end zone all the way to into Western Boone's own territory, and then that 5-yard penalty. A really nice job. Still going to be a good field position for Western Boone, but able to limit them and to stay on their own side of the field. And we'll see if Danville's defense can come up clutch how Western Boone's defense has early in this game. But just they managed to move down the field pretty easily on their first drive, Western Boone, and going to be interesting to see how that affects the Western Boone and Danville causes in this game.
Been mostly all, if entirely all, rushing attempts from the Western Boone offense so far. Been very effective. Got them on the board earlier in their first drive. Will be interesting to see if they do go back to that. Durbin is in the gun. He takes it himself over to the right. Cuts outside. Got a little bit of room for a gain of about 2. Nice chase down play there by Wyatt Gentry.
Yeah, nice chase by Gentry. Durbin able to pick up a few. Looked like it could have been a very short gain early on, so nice job by him to get to the outside, but Gentry able to take him down, make it 2nd and 6 here. And early rushing attempts, who's surprised when it comes to that?
Talked about it a little bit, been very, very effective in the passing game, stepping up for his first go at it at QB this year, but man, he has been dominant and dangerous with his legs. That's Bales in motion. The handoff goes to Weekly up the middle. Another solid gain of about 3, 3rd and short coming up.
Yeah, right there. That was another good run by Trevor Weekly, but a really nice job there by Danville, able to sniff him out early. He had some blocks in front, so if he had stayed on his feet, he could have potentially pushed forward for the first down. But nice job there by Danville, able to take him down early. And this is going to be one of those really important moments in this game early here. See if Western Boone can convert this 3rd down near midfield, because if they get this 3rd down, who knows what they can do on this offense.
The Stars defense came up with a big stop. Can the Warriors defense do the same? 3rd and short at the 46. The handoff goes to Weekly, who will have just enough for first down yardage. Stars move the chains, Blake, on a critical 3rd down.
Yeah, that one is huge right there, and that's going to move Western Boone to right about the 50-yard line and on the verge of Warriors territory. And Trevor Weekly, once again, just pushing through guys, not letting anything get in his way. And Western Boone here with their opportunity now to get even more points on the board. But Danville's still got a huge opportunity to get their defense in check and stop Western Boone. So we'll see what happens here.
1st and 10 at the 50. Taylor in motion. Handoff is to Weekly, who will make his way forward for a couple here.
Yeah, Weekly got stood up on that play, ran into a guy and just got knocked right down. Really nice job by Danville, able to get the quick stop right there, because if Weekly had bounced off that guy, he had some room to the right potentially to pick up even more yards. I don't know if it would have been enough for a first down, but it makes it a much more difficult 2nd and 8 compared to what could have been a 2nd and short there.
I found myself looking forward a little bit, almost expecting my eyes to chase Weekly forward. He's been bouncing off defenders like none other. One of the best running backs in the conference up to this point. Durbin will take it himself. A little trickery. That play goes to Reed Princewell. Or Princel, excuse me. Nice little end-around play. Has the Stars pass midfield all the way to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, nice little play there by Western Boone to get Durbin. You see these plays here. You got the replay. Durbin looking like he's going to keep it and then getting it out to, like you said, number 18, Princel there, and able to get the read there and pick up the first down for Western Boone. That got the crowd going right there. A little trickery getting deeper into Danville territory.
Getting the playmakers in space. Bales in motion. The handoff went to Weekly again, who's got a solid gain of 4. 2nd down and medium. Couldn't quite tell. Looked like they were going back to the option play there. Did hand it off to Weekly, who just went right into the pile, Blake. He was somewhere in there.
Yeah.
He was somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's really easy to lose track of where the ball is sometimes. There are a lot of guys who I thought could have had the ball there. Turns out it goes to Weekly, and Weekly able to pick up a few more like he seems to always do. He seems automatic in picking up at least a couple of yards on these runs. And it's just so difficult to stop him for the defense here. 2nd and 7.
6:30 left to go in the half. The handoff goes back to Taylor on the left side, who doesn't get much. 3rd and about 5 coming up for the Stars. And once again, Warriors have a chance to get off the field.
Yeah, another huge 3rd down conversion here. Going to be fascinating to see what the call is, because on that 3rd and 3 earlier, it seemed very realistic that they would want to run the ball there on these short situations. Now a 3rd and 4, it looks like a long 4. Could be interesting to see the play call. This could go either way, so we'll see what he does.
Quick handoff to Weekly left side, bouncing forward. Pushes the pile. This is going to be very close. I think he is just short, says the side judges. He was fighting forward for that, Blake. Would have been met in the backfield, had a couple of Warriors defenders on him, was able to bounce forward and pick up a couple. And it's going to be an interesting call. Looks like the Western Boone offense will stay on the field for 4th and short.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here. We'll see if Rowan Durbin just tries to do this shouting that he does, these audibles, to get him to jump off sides. But we've seen him a lot go for these plays on 4th and short, so we'll see here. This could be huge.
Durbin under center. And Danville will take a timeout and talk it over.
And right there, you really got to take a timeout of your Danville to be able to talk that one, like you said, over. And we've seen that a lot. Western Boone getting into these 4th and shorts. We've seen the opposing coaches have to call these timeouts here and just get their guys ready. Like, hey, this could happen. This could happen. Just be ready for anything. And it would be a huge stop for Danville if they could get it, getting the ball back and ending what has been a promising Western Boone drive. But if Western Boone continues, who knows what they can do on this drive. It could be another big scoring drive for Western Boone, but still way too early to tell. here with about 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Talked about it a little bit during pregame. Western Boone looking for their first win against Danville since 2020. In the last 10 years, they are 6-4 against the Warriors. They're coming into tonight 6-1, 4-1 in conference play. They are second. A very promising and solid comeback game against Southmont last week. Beat the Mounties 38-7.
Yeah, and that was a huge game for Western Boone there, just being able to get the confidence up. And Danville it's been a more difficult season than we've seen from Danville in recent years, struggling early on. They had a really, really good year last year, but both teams trying to get the win here and going over here. This could be huge for Western Boone.
Warriors finished the season last year 10-2. The handoff goes to Bales left side, and he's got a first down and more. Western Boone gets all the way to the 22.
And that right there, from my perspective, that was a really, really nice play call there by Coach Pelly of the Stars, being able to have Bales in the backfield and then being able to pitch it out to him. We haven't seen Western Boone do that much so far this night. They do that a lot on offense, so perhaps Danville just kind of getting used to these up-the-gut runs and getting, I guess, a little bit of trickery there, if you can call it that, and getting the first down.
Setting up the outside run with the inside run. Handoff goes to the inside to Weekly.
Perhaps now they're setting up the inside run with the outside run.
Exactly. Gain of about 4 on the play. And in the game we called, Blake, with Western Boone versus Western, that pitch outside to Bales was very, very effective for the Stars. Very solid play, and they've kind of been a little quiet on that, kind of been doing just what they need to do with that play and plays like that tonight. But it'll be interesting to see if that opens up for solid gainers later in the evening as we get into the second half.
Yeah, certainly so. We've seen Bales do that a lot this year.
Durbin under center. Taylor, the motion man. Durbin back to pass. Got some pressure in his face. He'll dump it off to Bales, who cuts inside and will be close to the marker. And the Stars continuing to drive on the Warriors.
That right there, really nice job there by Durbin. He had a lot of pressure immediately. A guy broke right through the offensive line and got to him, but managing to get it off to Bales. Don't try and make a dangerous throw there. He had Bales open, hitting him and getting a decent gain here, making it a much more manageable 3rd and 1 than if he had been sacked. It could have been a 3rd and long and very, very difficult for Western Boone.
It was the Warriors' star linebacker and running back, Darren Sharp, in Durbin's face. Was looking for his first sack of the season. Nonetheless, Stars with a 3rd and short. The handoff goes to Weekly on the right side, who will get it all the way to the 10-yard line.
You know, when you said it was Darren Sharp who was chasing after Rowan Durbin, I wasn't even shocked. So,
yep, been very, very solid for this Warriors defense. But man, I did play both ways in high school, Blake, and that is not easy. I empathize with that a lot. You got to wonder, when does fatigue exactly set in for these guys?
You know, some of these guys, it doesn't even seem possible, but, you know.
Not at all, yes. Bales in motion. They give it to Weekly on the late handoff from Durbin. Looked like Durbin was still trying to decide whether or not he wanted to give it or keep it. Weekly was almost carrying Durbin forward with him, Blake, on the run.
Yeah, sure looked like it there. And we've got a man down on the field right now.
Stars player down on the field.
Take a look there.
Looked like a little bit of a scrum in the middle. A lot of bodies. Being helped off the field right now.
Looks like that's Corbin Smith there, number 51, getting helped off the field.
One of the big offensive linemen. For the Stars offense.
Good to see him being able to get off the field, though, even though he does need some help. certainly hope that everything's okay
When
for
help
him.
did get there, he did stand up very quickly, which is a good sign.
Yeah, certainly hoping that everything is okay for him, and certainly taking a shot for the Western Boone offensive line. He's been very dependable, so we just hope him all the best.
Perrin Emberton and the coaching staff helping him limp off the field. Get a little bit more feeling in the leg. We'll monitor that throughout the broadcast. Stars offense comes back onto the field. 2nd and goal on the 9.
Interesting to see what Coach Pelly calls here.
Durbin under center, bails the motion man. They do pitch it out to him to the left. Got a little bit of blockers in front of him. Solid gain of about 5. Stars knocking on the door. That'd be 3rd and goal from the 3.
Yeah, nice job there by Ethan Bales. We were mentioning it earlier. He gets a lot of these pitch outs, manages to break it into the outside, pick up a few yards, and that's another huge game for Western Boone there to make it a much easier 3rd and goal situation than it could have otherwise been. And he's really good at being able to get these outside runs, and Western Boone with an opportunity to try and cash in here, but they got to do it. See if Danville can stop them.
A little under 90 seconds to go in the half, and Danville will take its 2nd time out of the quarter.
Once again here, wanting to be sure they get the right play call here by Danville's defense, who struggled to stop the Western Boone offense. 2 drives, 1 touchdown, and 1 that could potentially go in for a score here. And they definitely don't want Western Boone to take the lead here, because we see when Western Boone takes the lead, it's really difficult to stop them. Only lost 1 game all year, and that was in a game where Western Boone fell behind early and had to try and play catch-up against a really, really good Tri-West team, a team that Danville gave a scare to earlier in the year as well. And Danville definitely not wanting to have to make the comeback themselves, because against this Western Boone team, it's been very difficult for many teams this year.
Very difficult indeed. I'm interested to see what the clock management chess match is like tonight. Minute 24 left to go in the half. If you're the Warriors, a score here isn't necessarily the best situation. However, at the same time, that gives your offense more time to drive down and tie the game. It'll be interesting to see how these next 2 plays go. But for the Stars, I believe, Blake, this might be 4 down territory.
Yeah, you certainly expected here. Coach Pelly not really backing down on these 4th and shorts, especially so close to the goal line. Interesting call here. We'll see what they can do.
Heavy set formation. Durbin sneaks it forward himself. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Western Boone. Rowan Durbin. First rushing touchdown of the night. 11th on the season.
Man, Rowan Durbin has been so good at these quarterback sneak situations here. He's done this a lot this year, these short yardage situations. We've seen him make some long runs as well, but on these short pushes, he's able to get the whole team pushing him forward. Nice job by all the Western Boone team to get the blocks and get the push. And Rowan Durbin, like you mentioned, his 11th rushing touchdown. He's been unbelievable on the ground.
High snap, good hold, and the kick is booted through to put the Stars in front of the Warriors up 7. 14-7, a minute 20 left to go in the half. And a solid drive for the Stars. Exactly what they needed, Blake. Did what they needed to do. Exactly what they needed to do when they did it. Had a couple solid 3rd down conversions. We're finally able to punch it in with short time left in the first half.
Yeah, really nice job there by Western Boone as well, taking up a lot of time on the clock, which is absolutely critical. That was a long drive by Western Boone. And being able to limit Danville to only a minute and 20 left when their offense has struggled outside of that second drive off the muff punt where they had a good drive here. And Danville is looking to get what would be a huge score here if they could get it, but they are definitely going to need a lot of great plays here in order to get it. And first guy in the way is Josiah Smith right there, ready to kick off.
Smith has not given Wiest a chance at a return yet this evening. It might be by design with the game plan, Blake. Coming into tonight, Wiest, 11 returns for 254 yards. He's also paired up with Teek Tanksley, who's had 5 returns for 105 yards. a very dangerous return team for the Warriors.
Yeah, certainly so, and that is another huge advantage with Smith being able to knock it out of the end zone. Just you don't want to give up any yards on a return to help the offense, and he's done great at getting these touchbacks.
Smith with a little squib kick short. Hit one of the front line of the kickoff return team for the Warriors. Number 11, that is Trey Ross falling on it. And the offense will come out at the 42. I couldn't tell if that was a by design squib kick, Blake, or if he was trying to get it to a nice little squib to roll into the back of the end zone, but it did clip the front line of the Warriors.
Yeah, if I had to guess, he probably wasn't trying to get something of an onside there. Short kick, though, and Danville's going to have an opportunity with the short field to try and score.
Minute 18, Soper under center. Handoff goes to Sharp, who won't have much.
And you got to think, if you are Danville here, going to need to start throwing a little bit more here with the clock ticking down, about to be under a minute here.
Interesting call to run it there. I do agree. Under a minute to go. Warriors still have one timeout in the game. Soper comes in with the play.
They're taking a while talking here, so interesting on the clock management there.
Clock ticking under 50 seconds. Soper under center. Flags come flying in, and it looked like one of the Warriors' offensive linemen jumped. And that'll back him up 5.
Yeah, right there. Just interesting game clock management there with running the ball, kind of letting the clock go down. Doesn't really look like Danville is trying too hard to get into scoring range. They might be content going into halftime down, but they're still going to try and get some scoring here. But that penalty will cost them a little bit more, make it a 2nd and 12.
Time continuing to run down here. 25 seconds left to go. Soper with another handoff left to Sharp, who gets a little bit of that back. Brought down at the 45. And it doesn't look like the Warriors will call their 3rd and final timeout. 5 seconds left.
Yeah, they're just talking it over. And, yep, they're just going to let this thing run out.
The Western Boone Stars head into halftime up 7 against the Danville Warriors. Stick around, folks. We've got a barn burner on our hands. Blake and I will step aside for the halftime festivities and his interview, getting the chance to talk with star kicker, for Western Boone, Josiah Smith. All that and more. We'll be back in the second half.
WBTV would like to thank Nick Threlkeld for being a longtime sponsor of the Western Boone Radio TV class. And just like Nick's dedication to Western Boone, he's dedicated to making sure all of your insurance needs are taken care of. Give Nick a call at Ellinger Riggs Insurance for all of your auto, home, farm, life, and business. That's Ellinger Riggs Insurance at 765-790-4365.
For all your heating and cooling needs, contact Tyler at Trent Heating and Cooling. With over 20 years of experience, you can count on Trent Heating and Cooling to be there for all your repairs, service, and new installation. Give Trent's Heating and Cooling a call at 765-676-5883.
Are the great outdoors where you prefer to spend your days? Do you find agriculture and operating a large equipment interesting? Co-Alliance may be the place for you. Your local, farmer-owned cooperative is looking for people like you. We're hiring for our harvest season. Co-Alliance has opportunities right in your backyard, and we're proud to be owned and operated by your friends and neighbors. Check out www.coalliance.com/careers to find your career you've been looking for.
Thanks for joining us for the Smith-Tees halftime show. I'm joined with kicker Josiah Smith of Western Boone. Thanks for joining us, Josiah.
Good to be here.
So, Josiah, you've had a nearly perfect season in terms of these kicks. You made a lot of extra points, kicked a 39-yard field goal last week. What have you done to get to this point, and how do you think you can still improve going forward?
There's a lot of room for improvement for me. This season hasn't been what I expected it to be. I was out for the first 3 weeks with a torn adductor. So just therapy, getting back to where I am now has been really, really great. But to improve, I need to work on kicking more touchbacks consistently, improving my punt average, and just being ready to kick field goals.
So being a senior on this team, you have a lot more responsibility than ever before. What have you done to sort of influence these younger guys and get them ready to go to work and improve on their positions to benefit the whole team?
A lot of it's leading by example. I'd say a lot of the guys look up to people who are actually doing the work every rep, and they're actually the people that are making sure that every single rep, every single time they do something, do with all they got. I'd say another thing is just bring a positive attitude everywhere you go. The guys want to have fun during practice, and bringing that attitude makes it go better.
And finally, you go into this game against Danville, a very tough team. It's senior night. How does it feel to be a senior on this team, and what do you guys got to do in order to beat Danville here?
Well, it's surreal. It goes by in a blink of an eye. So I'm really happy to be here. Really happy that we've got a great opponent to go up against. So tonight to go make some memories and get a win.
Thank you so much for joining us, Josiah. Good luck in the second half, and thank you for watching the Smith Tees Halftime Show.
Do you need shirts for a school, business, club, or anything else? Give Willie Smith and Smith Tees Screen Printing a call. Smith Tees will give you excellent service with satisfaction guaranteed. Just call 765-436-7930.
Matthew Triplett is escorted by Daniel Triplett. Matthew is a senior member of the marching band, the vice president of FFA, who's been on the parliamentary procedure team and soil judging teams for 4 years. He's a junior member of the academic team. Matthew plans to pursue a pre-law degree with a focus on Spanish and criminal justice at an undecided university. Morgan Fisher is escorted this evening by Elizabeth Fisher and Mary Redmond. She's a one-year member of the cheerleading team. She has participated in theater for 4 years and has been active in the Sunshine Society, choir, pep club, and the radio TV program at Western Boone. She plans to attend Ball State University to study communications. She's also considering joining the military. Emily Fultz is the daughter of Stephanie Fuller and James Fultz. She's a 4-year member of the cheerleading team and has been track manager for 2 years. Emily is a 2-year athletic ambassador and is a member of the National Honor Society. Emily has not yet decided where she will go to college, but she plans to major in education, specifically junior high and high school PE and health. She plans to eventually become a school administrator. Mira Hayden is the daughter of Lisa Poole and Eric Hayden. She's been a member of the cheerleading team for 3 years and also a 1-year member of the track team. She's very active in the pep club as a co-leader of the games team and activities committee. She plans to attend IUPUI to pursue a degree in political science and will eventually go to law school. Lily Porter is the daughter of Melissa and Ron Weaver. She's been a member of the cheerleading team for all 4 years of high school. Next fall, she plans to attend IUPUI to pursue a degree in nursing. Autumn Lyons is the daughter of Heather and Daryl Allstott. She's a 4-year varsity cheerleader. Autumn was also a member of the leadership committee and serves as the arts committee leader. Next fall, she plans to attend IUPUI to study nursing. Haley Wilhoit is the daughter of Abby Miller, Wayne Miller, Benny Wilhoit, and Sam Wilhoit. She's a 2-year member of the cheerleading team. After graduation, Haley will continue to study cosmetology. Our one boys cross-country runner, senior Levi LaGrange, is the son of Matt and Becky LaGrange. He's been a 3-sport athlete for all 4 years of high school. As a 4-year member of the cross-country team, basketball team, and the boys golf team. Levi is also an athletic ambassador. He is also a member of the National Honor Society. He's involved with SBA, the Free Club, and the College Club. In the college, he will attend either Rose-Horn or Purdue to study chemical engineering. For our girls cross-country team, Connor Hayes is escorted by his parents Brent and Beth Hayes. She's a 4-year member of the cross-country and track team. While the Western Boone, she's been active in FSA, SCA, the college club, and the team club. Hannah has not yet chosen which university to attend, but she plans to study biotech and earn her RDN certification. Catherine Rutherford is escorted by Denise Kirk and Mike and Amy Rutherford. Catherine has been a three-sport athlete during all 4 years of high school. She's a 4-year member of the cross country, basketball, and track team. Catherine is an mentor and a class officer, and also an athletic ambassador. Catherine is involved in the FCA, Team Club, Pep Club, and the College Club. She's also a member of the National Honor Society. Next fall, she will pursue a degree in health science, and has not yet decided where she will go to college. For boys tennis, we have Nicholas Powers, escorted by parents Chris and Amy Powers. Nicholas is a 4-year member of the tennis team. Next fall, Nicholas will attend Vincennes University, where he will study precision machinery and business. Daniel Talbot is the son of Steve and Jamie Talbot. He's a 4-year member of the tennis team and a 3-year member of the cooking team. He's also been in band for 3 years. Daniel is a member of the National Honor Society. After graduation, Daniel will attend Purdue University to pursue a degree in mechanical engineering. From our girls golf team, Mackenzie Amick is the daughter of Tony and Anne Marie Amick. She has been a member of the golf team for 4 years and was a team captain this year. She's also a 4-year member of the softball team. Mackenzie is also an athletic ambassador and a member of National Honor Society. In the fall, she will attend Pine University, where she will major in forensic science. Jason Wilson is the daughter of Andy and Jennifer Wilson. She's a 2-year member of the golf team and a 2-year member of the volleyball team. She's also played softball for 3 years. After high school, she will attend Ivy Tech to pursue a degree in nursing. For our boys soccer team, Isaiah Grady is being escorted by his parents, Kristen and Tom Aguilar. Isaiah is a 4-year member of the varsity soccer team. He's also a member of the golf team. Isaiah has also been involved in the Spanish club, the college club, and a member of the high school band. After high school, Isaiah will likely pursue degrees in speech language pathology and Spanish. Thomas Heron is being escorted by John and Jackson Brown. This is Thomas's first year of pro soccer. He's also been a 4-year member of the track team and a 3-year member of the swim team. He also played football for 1 year and has also participated in band. Next fall, Thomas plans to attend University of Northwestern Ohio Technical School and earn his automotive service excellence certification. Next up, we have Luke Rose. Luke is being escorted by his parents Brent and Tina Rose. Luke has played soccer at Louisville for 6 years and in the fall plans to attend Ball State University to major in broadcasting. Our senior Luke Whiteley is being escorted by his parents Megan and Kyle Whiteley. Luke has played soccer for 4 years at Western Boone. He also played 4 years through the Lebanon Youth Soccer Association. After high school, Luke plans to attend a tech school to pursue a career in automotive service. From our girls soccer team, Aislinn Baxter is the daughter of Jeff and Joni Baxter. Aislinn is a 4-year member of the soccer team. She's active on the yearbook committee and has served as the editor this year. Aislinn is involved in the Sunshine Society and a student advisory member. After high school, Aislinn will attend cosmetology school. Emily Conner is the daughter of Ryan and Stacey Conner. Emily is a 2-year member of the soccer team, 2-year member of the basketball team, and a 4-year member of the softball team. Emily is involved in choir, pep club, ecology club, and Sunshine Society. She's a member of the Tea Club, and next fall she plans to attend Ivy Carpenter Road, where she will major in elementary education. Lily Jones is the daughter of Johnny and Lewis Jones. She's a 4-year member of the soccer team, a 4-year member of the basketball team, and has played softball for 2 years. She's active in Sunshine Society, Tea Club, and SCA. Next fall, Lily will attend Purdue University and major in culinary arts, and also a minor in business and entrepreneurship.
pictures or senior graduation photos taken? Then contact Ashley Spray, your local photographer. Mention this ad and you could get a 10% discount on your first photo shoot. You can find her on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There's the answer code.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Whether you are a first-time home buyer or a long-time investor, Moody & Company is there to support you throughout the buying and selling process. Give Weibo grad Jordan Moody and his team a call at 765-336-1622. Let Moody & Company take all the stress out of buying or selling your next home.
North Salem State Bank is still your number one choice for local banking. North Salem State Bank was established in 1923 and is excited to be celebrating their 100th year of community banking in 2023. Please visit any of their 9 locations for all your banking and trust needs. Where caring still counts. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
DTP Entertainment is West Central Indiana's choice for premier entertainment. With 20-plus years experience, they will provide you with professional service at the everyday budget price. Contact them for a free consultation and experience the DTP difference. At DTP Entertainment, they're big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hi, my name is Michael Behrens, and I'm a current meteorologist at WZZM-TV in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I bought this advertisement simply to support the awesome work that the Western Boone radio TV program does and the opportunities it provides to students. In fact, that's how I got my start in television. Without this amazing program, I would not be where I am today. So please, do what you can to support this unique program and the students who dedicate so much to make it a success. Thanks for watching WBTV.
Smart Manufacturing is always there for your welding, fabrication, and design needs. Locally owned and operated by Gary Cummins and Dale Thompson. Stop by their new facility 7 miles south of Lebanon on Lebanon-Pittsboro Road. Or you can always give them a call at 765-481-8650. That's Smart Manufacturing.
We welcome you back to Western Boone High School as the Stars lead the Danville Warriors 14-7. But a very interesting game up to this point, Blake. We've seen an explosive run game on both sides, on both teams. It's been it's really not been a QB passing night, to say the least.
Yeah, certainly not early on in this game here. I believe Rowan Durbin's, he's only attempted a few times. We did see that one very, very nice touchdown pass there earlier by
from Soper. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a really nice pass right there. But we've seen him do these other passes, and he's been stuffed on a lot of them. So just seeing a huge running game there, as was mostly expected. But the running backs sharp for the Warriors, and then a whole myriad of guys. Of course, Trevor Weekly, saw Ethan Bales, Ryan Taylor. We've seen a lot of guys, including the quarterback,
and Rowan Durbin.
And
Durbin, yes.
Rowan Durbin getting in on it as well. It's been very much a run-heavy game so far, and it's been exciting so far. Western Boone has only had 2 offensive possessions, but they've both been long, solid drives, both touchdowns. And in comparison, Danville's gotten the ball a lot more in terms of total drives. They've only scored 1 touchdown. Remember, that one came off of a muffed punt by the Stars there. So Western Boone in control for the moment, but still plenty of football left to be played here tonight.
And I understand that you have some scoring updates for us.
Yeah, looking at it, we only have 2 weeks left in the regular season here, and a lot of implications in these games for the Sagamore Conference champion. First of all, looking here, Tri-West and Crawfordsville. Tri-West is currently up 33-0 in the second quarter there. Not much of a shocker there. Tri-West has been very, very good against a struggling Crawfordsville team. And obviously Western Boone up 14-7 here against Danville. Currently at halftime in the game between Lebanon and Southmont. Lebanon up 7-0 there. That is a huge one right there. That one and this game are the ones with the most implications for the Sagamore Conference because looking at it, there's a four-way tie here with Southmont, Western Boone, and Lebanon and Tri-West all at 4-1 in conference going into the day. If Southmont beats Lebanon, that would leave Southmont versus Tri-West, and if that trend holds, Tri-West should be able to win that game against Crawfordsville. Those would be two teams that one of the two would be able to escape with just one conference loss, so they would not up at least one of those two teams would be tied for the conference championship there. And so looking at it, there might actually be a chance that Western Boone, as odd as it is to say, they could want their arch rivals to potentially win that one because it would give them an opportunity to take down Lebanon next week. If they could do that, that would mean if Southmont could take down Tri-West, that would mean Western Boone could be the solo conference champion. But it looks like with all these situations, most of them lead to what would be a tie in the Sagamore Conference between some of these teams. And really interesting to see what is going on there. We also have Frankfort and North Montgomery playing. We do not have a score in. We'll let you know if we get one later there.
A lot of different implications all throughout Friday Night Lights action across the Sagamore Conference, Blake. But the one thing that I know for sure where we're at right now calling this game, that while Western Boone does get the ball to start the second half, this game is going to be down to the wire. Warriors defense needing to come out with a stop to start this. That would be big for them if Western Boone is able to punch the ball into the end zone and make it a two-score game, start to put pressure on the Warriors sideline. Harvey set up for the first kickoff of the second half. See, boots it away.
And there's a flag down.
Flag on the play.
Maybe we won't get the kickoff just yet.
Might have to redo it. Might back him up a little bit, 5 yards. I think one of the might have been one of the front linemen on the kickoff team for the Warriors. Just passed it before Harvey was able to get his boot on it and send it away. I know what that meant back in the day when I played, Blake. That meant gassers in practice, if that was something that happened. Obviously tonight, just a 5-yard penalty backs him up, and Harvey out to attempt it once again.
Yeah, only a 5-yard penalty here. Who knows what it could be later down the line.
Exactly. What could that mean for tomorrow's practice? Well, we don't have to find out. So Harvey sets up now at the 35-yard line and sends it away. And here we are to start the second half. Taylor will field it at the 20. Cuts to the left. Still shaking off tacklers and finally brought down at the 39-yard line. The Western Boone offense waltzes onto the field.
Yeah, Ryan Taylor there with another great return. We've seen him do that a lot this year. We had a kick return touchdown by him in the game against North Montgomery. North Montgomery had a 14-8 lead over Western Boone. Or rather, they had an 8-7 lead, over Western Boone. And then Western Boone, with I believe it was 50 seconds left in the half, Ryan Taylor punches it all the way in from 50 yards out and gave Western Boone the momentum there. And he's been really good on special teams all year long.
Trips formation to the wide side of the field. Durbin hands it off to Weekly, who is met quickly. He will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he might have lost a yard on the play. And a little bit of an energy spike for this Danville defense, Blake, and a little bit of a rare sight to see for this Western Boone offense.
Yeah, certainly so. Very nice job there by Danville's front to get the immediate stop there. They know that they're going to Trevor Weekly on a lot of these handoffs here. And the problem really is that it's just so difficult to take him down sometimes. Even when you know he's getting the ball, it could just be impossible to stop him, but they do a nice job and get him right back to the line of scrimmage there.
This time they give it to Rowan, keeps it himself. He's got some room. And a solid gainer has the Stars all the way to the 37-yard line. So they gave it to Weekly on the first play. Nothing doing. Durbin says, I'll keep it myself, and takes it for a solid gain of about 20 yards.
And once again, really, really nice job there by the Western Boone offensive line to get those blocks. And look at Durbin go. He's able to he's so good at running this ball. One of the best at it in the conference at these quarterback keepers and getting past the 40-yard line. That right there, immediately combating the stop on first down by Danville.
Big heavy set formation for the Stars. Blake Miller, the lone receiver, out to the right sideline. The handoff goes to Weekly up the middle. And a flag comes flying in from behind the offensive line. I think they will get the Stars for holding. And what would have been an 8-yard gain will turn into a 10-yard loss.
And that right there is a crucial penalty for Western Boone. Obviously going back here all the way to the about 50-yard line here. Just waiting for the sticks to get back there. And that's gonna be huge as well. We've had a lot of early on in this quarter, a lot of momentum swinging from that first Danville stop to that big Western Boone gain. And now a big penalty by Western Boone. Now back at midfield out of Danville territory, but still a first and about 20 or 21 here. So they still have plenty of opportunities to get this drive going.
It's been mostly a clean game so far on both sides of the ball. Very crucial penalty there. Handoff goes to Weekly, who's met quickly. Ball comes out, and the Stars say they have it, and they do. Weast on the recovery. Weekly was charging forward for a gain of about 3 on the play, and the ball came flying out. And the Danville defense getting off the field with a huge turnover. First turnover of the game, first turnover for the Stars.
That was huge right there. That is so rare to see. I don't know if I've seen Trevor Weekly fumble this season so far. He's just been able to secure the ball very well, but right there, Danville gets a huge play, knocking that ball out and being able to recover it. And that right there, that's what the Danville defense needed badly. They were struggling throughout the game to stop that run and get a huge turnover like that. That's huge, and now they're trying to get back into position to potentially tie this game back up.
Warriors offense takes over at the 44.
They are adjusting the game clock.
Adjusting the game clock. It's 9:33 right now. We are still holding, folks.
Any moment now. There we go.
Moves up to 10:04. Big difference there, Blake, and clock in the clock time left in the game.
Yes, certainly so.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line. Weast in motion. And another false start call for the Warrior offense. Is number 55 for them, Braden Spurlock, jumping off sides. And all that momentum gained from the turnover, Blake. A tough start from the first play from scrimmage for the Warriors.
Yeah, we are less than 2 minutes into this third quarter and already a lot of mistakes by both teams here. Some penalties, had that turnover, that fumble by Trevor Weekly, and another penalty by Danville here. Definitely going to need both sides to clean it up early on.
Soper under center. Stutz goes in motion. They hand off to Sharp on the left side. Just forward for about 4 or 5. Second down and 8 coming up.
Yeah, nice gain there by Sharp to get onto the outside. And Western Boone trying to track him down there. Do end up getting him. It is still only going to be a 2nd and 8 despite a good run there because of that penalty. But definitely a lot better than originally how it was on that 1st and 15.
2nd down and 8. Weast motions over to the right. Soper under center. The handoff is to Sharp, and a flag comes flying in once again. And another false start call on the Danville offense. I feel bad, Blake. I feel like I almost jinxed this into existence. I said relatively clean game so far for both teams. And since then, 3 penalties and a turnover. I apologize. I apologize for that.
Sorry, everybody. Announcer jinx, I guess.
Announcer jinx, I guess. But on the serious side of things, Sharp looked like he had room there on that play for a solid gainer. Instead, it moves them back. Weiss goes in motion once again. Stutes motion to the other sideline. And another flag flies in, and they will say false start on the Warrior offense.
This is just, I don't know what to say at this point. So many mistakes all in a row. Maybe we genuinely didn't jinx this, Riley.
Maybe we should just leave the broadcast and let the stream take over.
Yeah, that might.
I'll hang my headset to somebody else. Mr. Foxworthy can come in here and finish the game for us.
I don't think he would want to do that. But
second down and 1,000,000 at the 36. Soper back to pass. He's launching downfield looking for Scrafton, and it's knocked away and incomplete. Nice break up there by number 18, Reed Prinzel.
Yeah, that would have been an absolutely incredible catch had he managed to come down with it. I believe that was Scrafton for Danville there. Would have been incredible had he come down with it. He had one hand poking out. He got his hand on the ball just a little bit too far there. And it's going to set up 3rd and 18 here. We've seen a lot of 3rd and longs for this team early on. Danville wanting to convert. This fumble could turn into nothing, but they still have an opportunity right here.
Crowd getting loud on the Western Boone side. Soper back to pass, rolling out, looking for his option. He's launching downfield. Juggled and
oh my goodness!
What a play from the star wide receiver. Bounced off a couple of different Stars defenders' hands, and Weiss comes down with it. And the Warriors have the ball now at the 21-yard line. Check out this replay. Brought to you by Luciden Insurance.
Stunned.
Bopped, and Weiss has it.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
What a play right there by him to be able to just concentrate and get the ball right there. It was tipped by Western Boone. I believe that was number 82. That was Chase Richwine. He tipped it into the air. Looked like a good defensive play, and just sometimes the ball bounces on your side, and a huge play for them.
Handoff goes to Sharp up the middle, and nothing doing.
And
they say the ball comes out, and the Stars say they have it, and they do. Wow!
What is going on right now?
A big gainer for the Warriors, and the very next play, the Stars defense comes up big. Second turnover of the game. And the Western Boone offense will get the ball at the 19-yard line. Blake, an insane third quarter.
The look on my face right now. What is it's been 4 minutes. The third quarter has been going on for 4 minutes. Okay, Western Boone has the ball back.
A lot of fireworks so far. Trips to the short side of the field. Quick passes out to Bales, who trucks forward, says, "Get off of me." Will result in a gain of about 6.
I still don't. I don't even have words.
We're still reeling up here.
That whole sequence right there is just I don't even know what to say. I just don't even know that whole sequence.
So it was a 2nd and long, 2 false starts in a row, 2nd and 18, and then all of a sudden, Weiss with the insane catch, and then the fumble the very next play. And the Warriors jump off sides, and that will move the chains for the Stars.
Yeah, I'm still just numb to that whole sequence right there. Just okay, so the catch right there, and then the immediate fumble caused by Western Boone. Durbin right there able to make a really nice play to get the jump right there once again. But pure insanity going on here in this game. Wouldn't expect anything less from a Sagamore Conference matchup like this.
Two teams slugging it out. 6:55 left to go in the third quarter. They hand it off to Weekly, who is met in the backfield. Gregory Cade who jumped off sides just a play ago, gets a little bit of redemption there with a tackle for loss.
Yeah, and the most important thing for Western Boone there is that they held onto the ball. You can see Weekly having to struggle to hold on to that thing, manages to keep it, but a really nice play there by Cade, and that's going to bring up 2nd and long for Western Boone. A really nice stop, and Western Boone needing to pick up some yards here to make it a 3rd and manageable, or, of course, pick up that first down.
To give you the numbers, Weekly 5'10", 185, met Gregory Cade right there head on. The 5'11", 300-pound
did he catch
junior.
That?
And
did
Taylor catch that? He did.
Oh,
what
my
an
goodness.
insane catch from Ryan Taylor on the lob up from Durbin. Nice little back shoulder throw has the Stars to the 47.
Yeah, look at this. This is a really nice throw here by Rowan Durbin. Gets tipped up, and then Ryan Taylor with the concentration. Really nice job by him to keep that one and get another insane catch. We've seen a couple of those in the last, 3 minutes, so just
this game
incredible.
Is playing with my emotions, Blake. It's a back and forth all the way. 1st and 10 at the 47. Durbin will pitch it out to Taylor on the right, who gives a little stiff arm and is strung out of bounds after a gain of 7. Taylor with a little Heisman play, and a flag comes flying in. Looked like there may have been a little bit of extracurricular on the sideline. I couldn't tell over there. Refs are talking it over with Jamie Comer. Still awaiting the signal. Taylor, who had an amazing stiff arm to keep the play alive and turn a no-gainer into a gain of about 6.
Yeah, and they're talking about it right now. Didn't quite get a view of what was going on over there. The refs are talking about it. That was a really nice play there by Durbin to pitch it out to Taylor. It looked like he was going to be taken down for a loss, and instead able to get it out to Taylor. I think the crowd almost wanted Taylor to pass because it was a backwards pass, but Taylor just able to make a really nice play and pick up some good yardage.
That was Trey Ross who was the first one that had a chance. Here's the ruling.
It's a face mask there on both teams.
Those penalties will. So 2 face masks called on both sides, but an unsportsmanlike also called on the Warriors. So we saw there might have been a little bit of action that we didn't see over on the sideline as Taylor got strung out of bounds. But that gainer of 6 will be much, much more. And the Stars driving once again on this Warriors defense.
Yeah, they're getting the yardage here all figured out. And those face mask penalties offside. Didn't quite catch what happened with that unsportsmanlike. But looks like, if I am understanding this correctly, it will be, doesn't look like anything will be assessed. Oh, there they go. Never mind. They're moving the chains now. So it'll be 15-yard penalty helping Western Boone and hurting Danville. And even though the face mask's offset, they still have a penalty against Danville there. Another penalty. So many penalties in this early part of the third quarter here. And another huge one against Danville as it gives Western Boone great field position once again, Riley. Just a lot going on in this third quarter.
I'm still trying to process, Blake, exactly what is going on. Jamie Comer talking with the refs over on the sideline to figure out what happened. The handoff, meanwhile, given to Weekly, who's still going.
He's
breaks
gone.
Loose
He's gone.
to the 10. Touchdown, Western Boone. Trevor Weekly.
No way anybody was going to catch him when he has open field. Wow, another just incredible play by Trevor Weekly in a season where he's had just so many. I thought they had him down, but he manages to bounce off and find the lane, and he's gone after that. Nobody is going to catch him with his speed.
Trevor
Incredible.
Weekly with rushing touchdown number 9 on the season. 1 TD away from breaking double digits this year. Smith on the kick is blocked, and with high school ruling, play is immediately blown dead. Score will remain 20-7. Check out this replay. Handoff goes to Taylor Blake and just shakes a couple tackles and takes it to the house.
I don't even know how he does it. Like, I can't even comprehend how he manages to do it every single week. I've called so many of these games. I've called every game we've covered this year, and every single week there's a moment or two where your jaw just hits the ground with Trevor Weekly. Just so amazing. But we saw there that extra point, though, with how crazy this game has been, that blocked extra point, which is also Smith's first miss of the year, though nothing he could have really done about that one. We see the slow motion on this replay.
Weekly, who pushed through the pile. A couple of different stars had the chance, but as soon as he gets into the open field, that explosive breakaway speed puts the Stars in front by 13 with 5:23 left to go in the third quarter. And Blake, this drive for the Danville offense, very, very critical for them to keep within striking distance, because if the Western Boone defense is able to come up with another stop, get the offense back on the field, that might give the Weibo offense a chance to deal the death blow here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that just so critical here for Danville. They got to get something on this drive. They need some momentum. That was such a crazy first 6-ish minutes of the quarter. They need something.
With the squib, bouncing around. Wiest will get his first chance and stab at it. Had a little bit of a lane, but a nice tackle there. It looked like number 21 for the Stars. That is Mason Tomes, as well as number 17, Landon Hardy.
Yeah, nice job there by Western Boone being able to cover that. And interesting that they're now beginning to squib these kicks a little bit, because normally they just go for the touchback every time, but they had a couple of squibs by Josiah Smith. Interesting calling there for Western Boone with the lead, wanting to take some chances with these squibs.
First down and 10 at the 34. Wiest the motion man. Sharp gets it to the right side, and he'll push his way forward for about a gain of 5.
Nice run there once again, and Western Boone just having to come down on him around like the halfway point from point A to point B on these sticks. And that's something we've seen Danville do a lot, just pick up a few yards and set up an easier conversion later on. Western Boone does that all the time. Been a crazy game here. Gotten away from that a little bit, but getting back to it now.
Scrapped in the lone receiver out wide. The handoff goes to Sharp right up the middle, who trudges forward. Pass for first down yardage. 2 yards shy of the 50 at the 48-yard line. And exactly what this offense needed to do, Blake, coming out onto the field down 13 with less than 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Darren Sharp doing a really nice job there. He has been most of the offense here tonight for the Warriors here. We've seen some nice throws here by Soapy, but overall it's been Soper rather, but it's been a really good night for Sharp.
Handoff goes to Sharp once again up through the middle, and another positive gain of 5. You talk about his impact this year, but last year, Blake, behind some of the upperclassmen, Sharp on the year only had 5 carries for 18 yards. A lot of situations on both teams here, waiting for their opportunity with the upperclassmen in front of them, learning from them, getting experience from them. Same can be said for Western Boone. A lot taught between both of these teams. The handoff goes to Sharp. And this time, he gets forward for about a gain of 2. He was met very quickly there by the teeth of the Western Boone defensive line.
Yeah, they've been getting to him a lot on these second downs here, and we've seen it a lot. The Western Boone defense very enthusiastic whenever they get a stop. And 3rd and 3 here. I'm fascinated by what they're going to call here. Do you hand it off again? Do you let the QB throw it? We'll see.
3rd and 3 at the 45. They do pitch it out to Gentry, and he will have enough for first down yardage, brought down right at the 40-yard line. a necessary and a must-have conversion for this Warriors offense.
Yeah, that was huge right there by Gentry. We've seen that work a couple of times for both teams, these pitch outs on these third downs to kind of get to the outside. The outside running game hasn't been huge on these first and second downs, but when you get to third down, you see a lot of outside runs, misdirection, great play by the Warriors as they go deeper into Weibo territory with a first.
First down and 10. Weist in motion. Sober back to pass. He's launching downfield. Incomplete, intended for Scrafton.
Yeah, a little bit too far there.
Richwine was running right there with him.
Yeah, nice coverage by Richwine to be able to stay, just step in step with him. A little bit too far by Soper. You see that younger guy beginning to learn. Those are easy throws to miss, especially at this level. Those are difficult throws, and missed one there, but still 2nd and 10.
One of his first passing attempts of the second half. And another flag flies in from both sides this time. And there might be either a legal formation or a illegal shift.
Yeah, and from this perspective here, up in the press box, when the play was going, I saw some Weibo fans here just naturally being in front of him, standing up and kind of doing that tossing the flag symbol or a motion. And they did get the call there.
Warriors offense has been doing a lot of shifting all night. Looked like they were a little bit out of sync. It's worked well for them, and it's also worked very badly against them. Very hit or miss up until this point. 2nd and 15. Soper back to pass at the 50. Fires out, incomplete, intended for Scrafton, thrown high.
Yeah, again, these are difficult throws here by Soper, the sophomore. And Western Boone, it looked, for me in my terrible depth perception, it looked like there might have been a guy in position for Western Boone back there, but I guess I was just wrong because he was. It turned out he was behind him and not to the side of him where he could have made a pick. But again, another missed throw there by Soper. See a little bit of pressure here. This is a difficult defense to face. We have a 3rd and 15 here.
Third down and 15. Warriors have been pretty solid in the 3rd and long situations. Can they convert again here? They hand it off to Sharp on the left side.
Picks up a good amount.
Good solid gain of about 8. But it will bring up a 4th down. And I believe that is 6 or 7. And as suspected here, Danville offense staying out on the field for what could be like the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, this one could be huge right here. If Western Boone gets a stop, they could potentially begin to drain this clock down and try and score more points, but Danville, they need a conversion right here.
Trips formation. Soper back to pass. 4th down and 7. Pass over the middle is dropped. Incomplete, intended for Scrafton. He had it in his hands, but he just could not reel the ball in, and the Warriors turn the ball over on downs.
You see here, Soper actually makes a very nice throw there. Scrafton able to go up and high point it, just can't complete the catch, and very difficult there for Danville because you saw a couple of plays where Soper just missed Scrafton on those throws, and that one he hit him, but Scrafton not able to complete the catch there, and Western Boone is going to have decent field position here, looking to pour it on. I guess not pour it on, but begin to take a even more commanding lead in this game.
1st and 10 at the 37. And a charge timeout call for Danville.
Yeah, and beginning to want to get this defense ready to go, taking the rest. Western Boone's offense, besides that fumble by Trevor Weekly, on their other 3 drives, it's been touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. And, of course, that one missed extra point, that blocked kick on the last drive. Western Boone looking to continue the momentum. Danville, of course, it would be huge for them if they can get a turnover of some kind here. That's one of the ways that they want to try and stay alive in this game. Overall, very, very difficult for Danville, who struggled a lot against the Western Boone offense. But their defense, we've seen them make some nice plays on these run stops. Of course, that fumble against Trevor Weekly. And they got to make a stop here if they want to get their offense back out onto the field and give them another chance to push down the field.
First down and 10 at the 37. A very costly drop, as we've mentioned, by Scrafton. Looked like another high point pass. Hit him right in the hands. Could not reel it in. Mason Tomes was there on the breakup. Western Boone trips formation to the wide side of the field. Durbin pitches it out to Weekly. Over on the left. Got some blockers in front of him. Stutter steps and cuts outside and pushed out of bounds for a gain of 5.
Nice play there by Weekly to pick up what could have been moving just so quickly to the left side. The defense began to read it, managed to pick up a few, but a decent stop there by the Warriors there to make it a 2nd and 5, still much more manageable for Western Boone later down the line to try and convert, and that's their bread and butter right there on the offense, is just picking up some yards on early downs to set up easier conversions on these 2nd and 3rd downs.
Clock sitting at 1:14 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 5 at the 43. The handoff does go to Weekly. Looks like Durbin will actually keep it himself. No, they did hand it off to Weekly on there. Both of them were running as if they had the ball, Blake. Nice fake out. Bring up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that was a good fake out there. And yeah, that kind of got me too. I was looking at the play. Definitely looked like Weekly had it. Then it looked like Durbin might have kept it. And I'm still not sure because I thought Weekly hadn't gotten that far up, so maybe Durbin didn't have it? I'm not sure.
Tough to tell.
I didn't catch it very well.
3rd down and 1. Durbin keeps it himself, pushes forward, carrying Danville defenders with him past midfield all the way to the Warriors' 45-yard line.
Nice play there once again by Durbin. Could you even really call that one a quarterback sneak? Because he just kind of charged forward. He was ready to go. If he could get the lane, he could have gone all the way to the end zone. But nice play there. Picks up a good chunk of yards. And going to be the end of the 3rd quarter coming up here.
10 seconds left, and that will take us to the 4th quarter. Put your 4s up, folks. Western Boone leads Danville 20-7 heading into the 4th quarter. Blake and I will step aside and be right back here on WBTV Sports after these messages.
The 1920 Vault Carryout Restaurant and Catering would like you to know we serve a full menu daily along with our daily specials. Whether it's our huge hand-breaded tenderloin, our made-from-scratch pies and cookies, or our long line of catering items, we know you will come back again and again. Located in the old Sigler's Diner on State Road 39, try the 1920 Vault. See you soon.
Cardinal Shot Blast Equipment is the preferred supplier of new and rebuilt shot blast equipment. Cardinal is your #1 service provider for any brand of shot blast machine. Check out their website at cardinalpe.com or give them a call at 317-647-2008.
For all your hair needs, visit Allison Williams at Ray Luxury Hair Salon. With over 7 years of experience, she specializes in hand tying, hair coloring, and product suggestion. Contact her at 317-688-1695 or email her at allisonm.williams@salonlofts.com to book an appointment today.
Scott's Rex and Restorations is a proud sponsor of WBTV Sports. Scott's is located at 515 North State Road 75 in Dover. From accident repair to restoring your dream car, no job is too big for Scott's. That's Scott's Rex and Restorations, bringing your automotive dreams to life.
Western Boone leads Danville 20-7. 12 minutes left, the start of the 4th quarter. Blake, we were just talking about it during the break. 3rd quarter fireworks, to say the least, in this game.
Certainly so.
Durbin hands it off to Weekly. And we'll push the pile forward for maybe a couple. A lot going on that play. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Stars.
Yeah, nice effort by Weekly to pick up a couple there. He carried a few guys with him, but quick stop there by Danville. They've been good at that on these first downs, getting quick stops. It's been the 2nd and 3rd downs where they've struggled a lot more, especially on 3rd down where Western Boone has been able to convert most of those throughout this game.
Trips wing to the Western Boone sideline. Durbin back to pass. Launches out complete to Bales. Got a little bit of room in front of him. Bales down the sideline. And strung out about I believe that is the 31-yard line by Wiest.
Yeah, nice job here by Bales once again. He's gotten a lot of screen passes like this from Durbin. And he's able to make a lot out of it because he's always, a lot of the time, going to have a lot of room in front of him. And he's able to just truck guys, get them out of the way, and gets a big first down there for Western Boone as they look to run more clock down and potentially go ahead for another score.
Both of these teams have really been working to get their playmakers in space up until this point. Prime example there with Bales. Bales, who does go in motion. They'll give it back to him on the right sideline. Got some room, shakes a tackle, and pushed out of bounds by Caden Collins, but close to another that will be another first down for the Stars.
Ethan Bales is becoming even more relevant in this game than before, and he's been very, very important in this game. Look here, able to just find a lane, get past a guy, and a nice play design there by Coach Pelly. He gets that a lot, where Ethan Bales is going to have a lot of room to roam with these screen passes by Durbin. And Durbin, of course, in that case, it was a pitch back to him, but nice work by the quarterback staying composed and getting everything where it needs to be.
Bales has been the brutal assistant up until this point, 241 rushing yards and a couple of touchdowns. Been getting the crucial yardage for the Stars, as well as 403 receiving yards, 5 receiving touchdowns. Been very effective for the Stars and has come up big for them when they've needed it to be.
Yeah, huge player right there. He's had so many clutch plays throughout this season for Western Boone to help put games away, to keep them in competitive games. And, of course, Coach Pelly very grateful to have him on the team as a big weapon for Rowan Durbin in the offense.
Another heavy formation. Taylor, the man in motion this time. They hand it off to Weekly straight up the middle. And will be down with a 3rd and 5 facing this Stars offense. And a big chance, Blake, for the Warriors defense to get something out of this, to be able to put their offense back on the field. Anything and everything they can do. Crucial 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's really important to think about here, because if the Warriors stop Western Boone here and make it a 4th and about 5, going to be interesting to see what Coach Pelly does, because on one hand you have Josiah Smith, who's been reliable, and you can make it a 16-point margin. And
Western Boone will take its first timeout of the quarter. We will go ahead and step aside and take a timeout ourselves. 20-7 the score here on WBTV Sports.
The Jamestown Lions Club is a proud sponsor of WBTV Sports and the entire Western Boone community. Contact President John Waymeyer at 765-481-7917 for more information on how you can help support the mission of the Jamestown Lions Club. The Jamestown Lions Club, a great place to call home.
Since 1901, Home National Bank has been part of our community. Through the years, Home National Bank has strived to meet all financial needs of their customers. Home National Bank has 2 convenient locations in Thorntown and Lebanon.
Professional Plumbing Solutions is a proud supporter of WBTV Sports and everything Western Boone. Give owner Jeremy Young a call for anything plumbing related. He has over 20 years of experience and is licensed and insured. From new construction to remodeling and any job in between, give them a call at 765-891-0150.
Bob's Concessions sells foods such as Polish and Italian sausage, tenderloins, hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, and more. You can find Bob Campbell and his delicious food truck at events such as the Turning of the Leaves Festival and other fairs around the area.
3rd and 7 for the Stars. The handoff. And he will push forward for a Western Boone first down. Couldn't tell who exactly got that ball. Might have been Durbin, but a critical move of the chains has the Stars in scoring position again, Blake.
Yeah, that was a quick one. I didn't quite catch it either, who had the ball there. My eyes just kind of darted back. I didn't realize the play had gone off quite yet, but that's huge for Western Boone. They have an opportunity to punch it in and go up even more. This could be huge for them.
1st and goal.
Talking to the line once again.
Came out very, very quickly, and they were able to pick that up. Caught the Danville defense off guard. The handoff Weekly on the right side. And a little bit of extracurricular in the backfield. Durbin talking with Ethan Walls. Walls and Durbin getting in a little bit of a scrum.
Yeah, and you
Durbin
see here,
hyping up the crowd.
Yeah, Durbin has his arms up. And the crowd got the crowd going for sure. The crowd here wanted a penalty for that. None there, and we're going to go to 2nd and goal from the 5 now as they try to hurry up here.
2nd and goal. A direct snap. Flags are flying in. It was to Durbin. False start will be called on the Western Boone offense. We've seen several false starts against Danville. Now this time against the Stars. Very tough break for them. Durbin looked like he may have had a chance to waltz in for the go-ahead touchdown. Blake.
Yeah, and that one of those false start penalties. We've seen a lot of them by both teams, especially on the Danville side of things, but now Western Boone getting one. Crowd didn't seem to like it at first, but from what I saw, it did look like a false start there. And Western Boone now backed up 2nd and 10, still 2nd and goal for them. They still have time to potentially punch this thing in. With about 8 minutes left in the game. Could be a game-clinching score if they get it, but still time to go.
2nd and goal. Bales in motion. Handoff to Weekly on the left, and he is going nowhere. A host of Danville defenders in the backfield, led by Braden Hahn. Met Weekly very quickly, and all of a sudden, Blake, this is now a 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a huge stop right there by the Danville front, immediately finding Trevor Weekly there. And he just stood no chance. Even Trevor Weekly, as incredible as he's been at kind of taking down these tackles, there's some where you just can't get out of them, and that was one right there. Great job by Danville's defense. 3rd and 14 here. This could be critical.
3rd down, 3rd and goal. Durbin back to pass. Fires to the end zone. Incomplete, intended for Miller. Miller looked like he had it, but ended up dropping it out of bounds, and 4th and goal faces the Stars.
Yeah, it looked like it went just through his arms right there. Looked like a pretty decent throw there by Durbin. Just maybe a tad far, and Blake Miller couldn't haul it in. Looks like they're going to kick a field goal right here and go up 16. Still 2 scores if Danville wants to get back in it.
Josiah Smith with field goal attempt number 2 on the year.
Got it.
And good to extend the lead to 23-7 with 7:23 left to go in the 4th quarter. Western Boone over the Warriors.
Yeah, and that right there, get the replay here, that kick. Josiah Smith, he had his first field goal last week. It was a 39-yarder, very impressive. He nailed it. Guy's just got ice in his veins most of the time. He really can hit basically anything. You mentioned it earlier, his game-winning kick in the 2020 state championship game. And just he has gotten better and better, which has been a relief for Coach Pelly and the gang, as they don't really have to worry about their extra points ever again, or at least for, now. He's a senior this year, so you expect he'll likely not be on the team next year. But
his first his first missed PAT was tonight, but it was because he got blocked. So he is automatic, to say the least. The man that gifted the Stars their 3rd straight championship kicks a big one through to extend the lead. And 17 or 16.
I know, folks, I sound like a analytical genius here when I mention the fact that he's a senior and likely won't be on the team next year.
That is a stat that none of us knew.
Yeah, I had to dig deep for that one. Ball fell over on that one.
Falling down. A little bit windy outside. The crowd wrapping the blankets and coats around themselves. Fall weather is here, folks, as we mentioned at the beginning of this game. And the cool breeze makes it a little bit chillier outside.
See here, Danville's got a chance.
Smith
in
kicks
this
it
game
off.
Still. Only down 2 scores.
out of the back of the end zone. Yeah, Blake, hit us up with some more scoring updates across the conference play.
So as of there are 6 minutes left in this game between Southmont and Lebanon. The Tigers are currently up on the Mounties 20-13. I'm trying to quickly figure out who has possession of the ball here. I'll let you know as soon as I can see that.
The Warriors take over at the 20. Smith booted one through for 3. And he booted one out of the back of the end zone for another touchback. Warriors desperately needing a score. 7:23 left to go. Soper back to pass. Fires out. Intercepted! It's picked off by number 6, Luke Jackson for the Stars. And a flag comes flying in on the play. But man, what a play for Western Boone. Sat on the route the whole way, Blake. And that might just be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, look at that. Luke Jackson, he's been balling for this team this year. He's been such a huge factor in these games, and getting that pick there to potentially put it away. We'll see what this flag is about. Doesn't look like it'll affect the interception. Looks like there might be fouls against both teams. Personal fouls against both teams, yes.
Although those penalties will offset.
Yeah,
It is
so
Western Boone football
so
at the 6-yard line.
Dead ball penalty will make it Western Boone ball here. They have a great opportunity to pretty much put this one away, drain some clock, and even if they don't get the touchdown, Josiah Smith could kick another field goal and go up 3 scores. So that one might have just put it away. Luke Jackson making a huge play for the Stars, and now with limited time left, Danville, you're hoping for almost a miracle at this point.
His first interception of the year. He came into tonight with 27 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery. Been phenomenal for them in his senior season. First and goal at the 6 for Western Boone. The handoff goes to Weekly, who does shake a tackle, but will be dragged down for a no gain.
And not shocked here. Coach Pelly trying to keep things a little more conservative here in terms of the run game. Just trying to run clock down. A field goal will do the trick to go up 3 scores. A touchdown will do the trick. Anything will really work for Western Boone. And like I mentioned, if you're Danville, you just want to get a turnover if you want any shot at winning this game. Because going down 3 scores with limited time is much, much different than going down 2.
Second and goal from the 6. Durbin keeps it himself on the right. Touchdown, Western Boone! Rowan Durbin with rushing touchdown, number 2 on the evening, number 12 on the year. Stamps the Stars' lead over the Warriors, 29-7. 6:33 left to go in the game.
Easy run there by Rowan Durbin. The offensive line left the lane open for him. He found it. And an easy touchdown by Western Boone to potentially put this one away. Still time left, but it's going to take a lot for Danville to be able to get back into this.
Good snap, good hold, and good kick.
Nearly blocked again, though.
Puts it at 30. Check out this quick replay here, Blake. Straight keeper to Durbin. Finishes it off in the end zone for 6.
Nice work there by the entire Western Boone offense. And once again there, that that play by Luke Jackson there, the junior, to be able to make that play and get Western Boone what looks to be, at the moment, and what is likely an insurmountable lead. You never want to speak too soon, but with 6:30 left, it's going to take a lot for Danville to be able to get back into this thing.
23-point deficit now separates the Stars and the Warriors, with very limited time left. And I understand the aggressive play call earlier, Blake, with the passing out, but man, Jackson with an incredible defensive play to pick that off, which was then capped off by the Rowan Durbin rushing touchdown. But I would suspect, with this amount of time left, the Warriors will come out swinging.
Yeah, certainly wanting to try anything they can to get some more points on the board here. Quick update. Southmont driving on Lebanon's side of the field. A minute to go. They trail 13-20 against Lebanon. That's an exciting one right there. Well, I'll let you know what happens in that one.
That game going on at Mounting Field. Smith's kick end over end travels to the end zone once again for a touchback. And man, he has been impressive for the Stars all night, Blake.
Yeah, Josiah Smith and touchbacks. Can you name a better duo? He can hit literally anything on the field. He can put it with any type of kick. We've seen some squibs. We've seen some touchbacks. He's a phenomenal kicker. And another tough job by Danville here. They got to go 80 yards and then likely go even more again. Well, they're going to have to go even more again in order to try and have a chance in this game. Very tough. We'll see what happens, though.
It's a little bit of conversation going on. Refs bringing both teams together, huddle at the 20-yard line. Just talking about sportsmanship's been a little bit chippy of a game. Could get even more so with limited time left. Bringing them together to calm everybody down. Soper hands off to Sharp on the right side. And he'll move his way forward for a gain of 7.
Yeah, that right there. Keeping it on the ground. And Sharp picking up another good gain here. Clock will continue the run, so I expect, and it looks like they will begin to go a little bit quicker here. Danville needing to get downfield quickly.
Just above 6 minutes left to go in the game. Soper under center. They do hand it off to Sharp once again on the right side, but I don't think he got to the first down marker. He will be very close.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark it a third down here. Oh, no, never mind. They're going to move the chains.
Correction, they will move the chains. Ball is now at the 30-yard line. That game between Lebanon and Southmont going on at Mountie Field. Blake and I will keep you updated on that. 1st and 10 at the 30. Soper with a bobbled snap. A scrum for the football at the bottom of the pile. Not much action. Looks like he was able to fall on top of it. Avoided a for sure game-ending disaster there, Blake.
Yeah, able to get the ball back. Mistake there, but he manages to fall back on top of it. That would have really put it away had Western Boone been able to recover, like you mentioned. But got to start going a little bit quicker if they want to get some more points on the board here. Under 5 minutes to go in the 4th.
Soper in the offense, 2nd down and 10 at the 30. Weast in motion. Soper back to pass. He fires out. Juggled and incomplete.
Nearly picked.
Richwine had a play on it. He was looking for Scrafton once again.
And we'll get you an update real quick. It looks like Lebanon is going to hold on against Southmont there. They have turned the ball over on downs. Or Southmont has turned the ball over on downs, and it looks like Lebanon will be able to complete that game with a 20-13 victory if all goes according to how it likely should. Tri-West up 47-0 over Crawfordsville as well.
3rd down and 10. Soper looking, fires, tipped and intercepted! Picked off by Bales at the 40. And tackled down at the 21-yard line. And that will seal it. Big turnovers from the Stars defense catch up to the Danville offense, Blake.
Yeah, Soper taking a shot there, but that one is just not going to get out of the reach of Ethan Bales. He's made so many huge plays today on offense and defense, and that one's going to put the game away right there with 4:34 left to go. Unless something miraculous happens here, Western Boone should be able to hold on for a huge victory and go into next week against Lebanon on the road, which could be a game where the winner will likely play for a share of the Sagamore Conference title.
It's Bales' first interception on the year and likely of his career. He goes in motion. They hand it to Weekly on the left side, trudging forward, still going. dragging a couple of defenders with him, and he'll be just shy of the 10-yard line.
Looked like he was almost hopping on 1 foot there, kind of trudging along, trying to make his way over, and he does an incredible job once again of staying on his feet and being able to pick up the first down here, make it 1st and goal for the Stars, and I would expect some runs here, just trying to drain some clock late in this game to seal the victory.
It has been a dominating 4th quarter for this Western Boone team. They hand it off to Weekly, left side, still rolling.
Stuff him, though.
Stuff him just shy of the goal line at the 1. Maybe by mere inches with forward progress. 2nd and goal facing the Stars.
And that one, again, Weekly nearly making the phenomenal play there to get almost into the end zone. You see, just short. He had to have 4 or 5 guys.
He's still on his feet with 3 defenders on him.
It just boggles the mind. I don't even understand how he does it most of the time.
We talked about what sharp squat was earlier in the game. I want to know what Weekly's putting up in the weight room. Timeout called for Western Boone. And we will step aside for the timeout. 30-7 with 3:12 left to go. Stars over the Warriors here on WBTV.
Whitaker Glass and Mirror, located across from the Lebanon Municipal Building, has been serving the Boone County area for nearly 15 years. Whitaker takes care of windows, specialty glass, mirrors, windshields, and more. Contact Troy and Janie at 765-482-1.
Stars driving once again on the Danville defense. Ball at the 1-yard line, pitches out to, I believe that is number 23 for the Stars. That is Evan Trent, who tried to make a little bit of magic happen, had several Warriors defenders in his face early, and that will go as a loss of 5.
Yeah, a little flip play design there, flipping it out to Trent. Couldn't quite make the move at his 3rd down. And at this point, Western Boone trying to run the clock down as much as they can. Can't kneel it just yet, but still have an opportunity to finish this game off. And Danville just looking for anything at this point to make the night a little bit better for them.
3rd down and goal. They hand it to Trent on the left, and he is met quickly by a couple of different Warriors defenders. 4th and goal, another loss on the play. And I wonder if Justin Pelly will bring out Josiah Smith for field goal number 2 on the night.
Looks like he will. A little bit surprised there, but I could also see just wanting to get Smith another kick if he requested it, so we'll see.
Time is now under 2 minutes to go, 1:50 left in this game. Smith with field goal attempt number 2. Good snap, good hold, kick is through and good. Score is now 33-7 with 1:44. And a defensive explosion from the Stars, Blake, are gonna get Western Boone the win over Danville tonight.
Yeah, the defense came to play, especially in that second half. That 3rd quarter was so wild by both teams. But in the 4th quarter especially, Western Boone clutched up and made just so many phenomenal plays on defense and put this one away. We've seen that a couple of times this year against North Montgomery, a game where Western Boone struggled a little bit early. The defense played well all game long and held North Montgomery to no points in the second half there. They did it again tonight against a very, very stout Danville offense. And you look at this Western Boone defense, they go into a huge game next week against Lebanon, the classic rivalry game. And really, having this momentum, it'll be their 4th straight victory. That could definitely help Western Boone, but in that series, you see a lot happening as the crowd sings
Sweet Caroline ringing through the air here at Western Boone High School. Very interesting, I want to bring up, Blake, for Connor Soper in the Danville offense. In his debut, he did have 253 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And the game against Frankfort was very successful with 227, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. It's very intriguing. There have been very few passing attempts from this Danville offense. Maybe something they saw in the game plan. I don't know.
Certainly
they
interesting.
have not been able to move the ball effectively in the second half against the Stars. Wiest will field it at the 1, cutting back outside and going nowhere. Brought down by the middle linebacker star for Western Boone, Cannon Bruins. And the Warrior offense gets one more crack at it at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, you mentioned Cannon Bruins. He's been a big presence for the Western Boone front here. Able to make plenty of great tackles and big plays this season. We even see him get some carries in the offense. He's been a big player for the team as well. And he's still got some time left. I believe he's a junior.
First down and 10 at the 20. The handoff goes to, that is a new running back in for the Warriors. Number 42, that is Sean Robinson in on the carry. He goes forward for a solid gain of about 10.
Yeah, nice gain there by the Warriors there.
Clock ticking down, a minute 15 left to go. They hand it off again to Robinson. Stutter step in. He'll go forward for a gain of 1. Clock ticking down. Danville has 1 timeout left.
And you see these younger guys for both teams. You see Western Boone with a lot of younger guys here. A thing that Coach Pelly likes to do at the end of games where Western Boone has looks like to have won a lot of these games, especially in this one. Get the younger guys a little bit more experience.
Wiest in motion. They give it to Sharp. He's back in the game over on the right side. Slips up. Down just shy of the 40-yard line at the 39. 3rd and 3. Just under 30 seconds left to go. Stars fans feeling a win coming with a 26-point deficit. And the Warriors looking to hand it off one more time. They do give it to Sharp again on the right. Got some room. Shakes a tackle and brought down at the 45. And pending a timeout. It looks like Danville did not call a timeout. The clock will roll down. 000 on the scoreboard. The Western Boone Stars get their first win over the Danville Warriors since 2020 and extend the 10-year series win streak to 7-4. And an amazing game tonight. But Blake, the big difference in the second half, while the third quarter was all over the place, it was Western Boone's defense that got it done for the Stars tonight.
Yeah, Western Boone's defense was absolutely phenomenal looking into that second half. Really, the whole game, they were really great. The only slip-up was on that one drive where Danville scored that touchdown. Other than that, not a lot going wrong there. A couple of big plays by Danville, but then Western Boone answered right back. He had that miracle-looking pass down the field in that third quarter, but then Western Boone immediately forced a fumble and to get the ball back to the offense there right afterwards. And the defense came and played. The offense did its part. Really nice job on the ground. Rowan Durbin with a couple of rushing scores. Trevor Weekly doing his thing as always. Ethan Bales was a big presence. And the offensive line getting those blocks. And Western Boone is going to move to 7-1 on the year and go to 5-1 in conference. And they have an opportunity next week against their their hated rivals, the Lebanon Tigers, if they could get that win, they'd be in for a share of the Sagamore Conference title, and potentially, with some help, they could potentially win that all for themselves.
As you mentioned, the Western Boone Stars improved to 7-1 on the season, 5-1 in conference play, while the Danville Warriors dropped to 3-5 and 3-3 in the conference play. The Danville Warriors will take on the North Montgomery Chargers at home next week, and as Blake mentioned, the Stars head over to Lebanon to face off against the Tigers in the rivalry matchup for 2022. Final score, Western Boone 33, Danville 7. You've been listening to a production of WBTV Sports. For Blake Marth, I'm Riley Woodall. Good night, everybody, and God bless you.